it looks like we're going to jump into this next round, or this concurrent round, quote unquote. Bringing it back to tower control Reef. Let's jump right into it, guys.
And so we see
Arashi with his hammer, of course.
Of course, and Tetsu coming out with the bamboo. This is exactly the kind of comp that I saw coming out from Tudos and his family with the Dynamo and the bamboo. And that, right, I would be terrified because, one, it's Tetsu. And if they stick together, which right now they're kind of sticking together, that's going to be very hard to break. Because if you get close enough to the bamboo, the Dynamo's going to be there to swat you down.
Very
and
true.
right now we see Arashi trying to get the flank. There's nobody over there on the right side.
Ooh, he got taken out real quick by Tudos.
That direct by Tudos gets taken down right afterwards. But that was going to be the start of their push, and unfortunately gets shut down by a direct by none other than the Kenzaluna, which we don't see that often.
Yeah, no, you really don't. But I mean, Tudos is all about using as many weapons as possible.
Now, I like the Kenzaluna kit is very strong, like very supportive with the Fizzy Bomb and the Rain, but again, this is more on the line that you need the teammates to compensate for the lack of painting or the lack of range that you have.
And it looks like Arashi's just kind of trying to apply some pressure, but he gets taken out real quick. Honestly, that wasn't a great position for him because you can't move up very quickly.
Yeah, and he didn't.
And nobody was even there for him to stop.
He didn't have the range to fight that. He should have pulled back a bit.
Or
Misa there now against Tetsu. Gets taken. Tetsu going down. The Dynamo and the bamboo down for Tudos and his children. Looks like Hunty unfortunately getting taken down by Arashi. He's charging that hammer so really quick. Looking to hoping to make some plays here. Oop, takes out Tudos. His hammer is at the ready.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't even need it. Although at that point, yeah, you kind of need it against something that ranges you like that.
And so we see, God, look how fast he charges those fizzies, man. That's ridiculous. And for those of y'all that are new to the game or don't know, fizzy bombs, you charge them. You can. There's different ways to charge them. You can move your control. You can shake your controller. You can move your character around, and you can spam the B button. You do a combination of all three of those, they charge really quick.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And so we see Arashi win in there with a hammer. Fortunately, got taken out. The bottom underneath bridge is mostly pink, but we see Lowkey trying to take it back. Misa there with one of his teammates. Unfortunately, gets taken out. Tudos taking him out. Right now, Lowkey being 2 down. It looks like Tudos and his children are going to be able to come in with a strong push if they're able to push up. Tudos being in a good position right now, I feel like he should be a little bit more far forward.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that he's getting pushed back by all that bomb pressure.
And right there we see from the bridge,
Arashi gets called out so hard.
Tetsu takes him out. They're so close to lead right now if they're able to get in there.
Misa trying to get some individual kills
that
right there, but he gets
picked off. That pick on Tai is really important. Tetsu now being the backliner. With the bubbles, they can make something happen.
Yeah, that was I really don't support the way that Lowkey approached that. They went in one at a time instead of trying to just stop them all together.
Oh, that pick on Gamer was really good. Tetsu needs to get out of there. Oh, he's holding it down. This is that kind of bamboo player you would want on your team. Tetsu right now holding it down with the bamboo, one of the weapons that everyone thought was dead in Splatoon 2, coming back out, himself here showcasing it, that it can still be useful with the right amount of time. Oh, so good.
Oh my goodness, they're still pushing that tower.
They're still pushing, man. This
Gamer trying to put an end to it, but Tai is still on it, still riding it.
Tai pole dancing there for a bit, but it looks like they're going to have to reset now. Arashi's now pushing forward. They got their specials ready. Lowkey right now has 2 specials ready. Looks like they're going to try and push in there. If Arashi's able to get up in there in the first drop-off, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually get in there and do anything with
Absolutely, but he's got to be careful not to get picked off because they've Lowkey, or rather, Tudos' team has been doing a very good job of calling out the stragglers, the guys that are going around. And so Arashi's just going to have to be real careful for that.
And that was really, really good coordination there where Arashi and Misa opted to not hop on the tower and just had Gamer hop on, and from bridge he was able to do that. And right now we have a Stingray battle going on, and it looks like Tai unfortunately loses it. Tudos trying to rush down the Stingray, unfortunately gets called out. Arashi now pulls out the hammer, takes out Tetsu. This is not looking good for Tudos and his children right now, with Hunty being the only one up and very far from special. Tai coming back out, needs to be very careful, because the Dynamo, while being very damage-inducing, it's very, very slow.
Oh, and there's the lead for Lowkey right there.
And Arashi still riding the tower. He's going to get taken out.
Taken from behind.
Taken out by the flanking Dynamo. How often do you hear that? And so this right now, so what we need to see from Tudos is what they were doing
at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, what they were doing when they got to that 24 push. And unfortunately, it looks like they weren't able to hold it.
Yeah, I think they were just all coming back from the respawn, and so at that point they didn't have time to get back into position to get the counter push going.
And it looks like Arashi's there celebrating with the cookie. But that's the kind of games. These are the kind of games we come home and we're hoping to cast.
Absolutely.
Like I'm always a fan of seeing the way that Lowkey plays with their, because while they have some players that play meta weapons, they also have Arashi. They also have the one that plays with a lot of umbrellas. They also have Tetsu that plays mostly bamboos.
Well, I mean, the one was playing Kunder. If that's not meta, I don't know what is,
well,
right?
Like he was playing umbrellas after they stopped being meta.
Right, yeah. Got to respect that, though. I mean, you know, meta is one thing, but if you really feel that what you're playing with is still useful and you can play it to its strengths, then there's no reason to stop playing it. Honestly.
And I gotta give a huge props to Tudos and their children, because that comp should not have been able to push that far.
Yeah.
And it's a really big testament to the players holding those weapons, because they are the ones that are able to manage these weapons so well that they're able to push that far.
Look at this crazy push! Like they were making Lowkey look like they were cut out for their. They didn't have it cut out.
And I think with that ending push with Lowkey where they got the lead, I think what we needed to see from Ty is to, instead of trying to challenge he popped out the Stingray a little bit early, and then the Gamer counter Stingray. I think if they would have drawn out the Stingray from Gamer first, let him waste his, and then Ty pulled out his, that would have been a lot stronger to stop it. Because then, as he's Stingraying, they can swarm the tower and pick off the people that are around it, trying to still hop on it just a little bit.
Yeah, but I think at that point what had happened is they got frazzled by the fact that they lost lead, and so they were just trying to mitigate the damage as much as possible, right, and prevent them from getting as many points as they could. But when you do that, right, when you lose your patience, we all know, that's when you make the bad plays that don't pay off.
And so we're moving on to game 2. Again, Manta Maria on Clam.
Where patience is key. Double splatling. I love that.
Whoa.
That makes me happy.
Ooh, a ballpoint. I'm actually excited to see that. It's been a while since I've seen a ballpoint. They're not too popular nowadays, especially after they got nerfed. Yeah,
but if anyone can pull it off, it's definitely Gamer.
And we're seeing almost the entirety of Tudos and his children change all of their weapons. Tudos now going for Bucket. Which got Tetsu on the K Machine and Hunty on the K Pro.
Ooh, dang. Misa picking off Tudos right there.
Misa going with the K shot. Unfortunately, didn't save that ball there. I think that was just a misclick. I thought they were close enough, but apparently not.
I love that play by Misa right there. He waited until the Dynamo flung its ink to stay safe, and then the pick
popped
on
out.
him.
Yep. And that's like, especially with those slow weapons like the Dynamo and like the Hydra, you have like,
yeah, you can abuse the way they shoot.
Like, because of their nature, those weapons are patient, but you just have to be more patient than they are. And with a lot of weapons like fast shooting weapons, it's hard to do that because you want to just get in there and just kill them.
Exactly. That's the thing, is that players have to always work on their mentality, their patience.
And so right now, on Lowkey side, we have a hammer ready, and I believe if I know Lowkey, they're gonna wait for him to try and push in there with a hammer, and then they're gonna try and jump in. But Arashi a little bit out of position, I think. I feel like they would want to push from their street, but as I say that, Low1 gets in there and he's able to hold off.
They've got the
Gamer jumps in. The one able to actually sneak out of there, Gamer and
they're getting chased. Oh my gosh, Gamer actually picks off the
two-prong attack, because as Gamer and the one were over there, Arashi and Misa came in from the other side and just walked up that ramp and threw in the other clam in. That was very smart coordination, very, very talented players that we were seeing right now.
Yeah, I really didn't think that they would actually get more than an 80 push off of one power clam, but they made it work.
Like, oh, that timing worked out just fine, and I didn't see a lot of players go down there.
Oh, that ballpoint is so weak, but just outside Tudos' range, and he has to go for the baller.
Tudos is having to pop the baller. He's going to try and push into the street. The baller gets popped.
That's what happens with two Splatlings, man.
Yep.
Ballers mean nothing.
Too much DPS going out, and there's the hammer coming out, takes out the Dynamo. Ball point. Okay. And so Tudos and his children are having a little bit of a hard time here. It's obviously going to be a little bit harder with Clan Blitz because of the more coordination that they need. Let's see.
The one just feeling them out right now because he has that Brella shield. He can just kind of sit around, see where people are, and not worry too much about.
That's the way that he
snuck up on.
He snuck in that time. He snuck in through their sneaking with that umbrella shield and was just able to like walk in. Gamer jumped in. Oh my God, these picks that these kids are getting. Like,
they don't even have to look.
They're not even looking. Misa's going
with
in.
Another score
Tudos
right
is right there. Misa's able to get the jump out. So Tudos is holding on to that pity clam. Arashi and the one, they're all holding mid. The map is so green right now. I think a big weak point right now for Tudos and his children is the paint value that they have on their comp right now.
Well, that's the thing is that you've got a Brella, a Mini, and a ballpoint. How are you supposed to outpaint that
and
with a slosher?
As we say that right now, like the one had snuck in there again.
Yep.
They get the pick. Arashi gets in there with the hammer from the flank.
Oh my gosh, getting a double.
And so, like, they're gonna want to save at least one of those clams. Tudos and his children. One of them goes down. I believe they still holding. They were able to save one of them. Ty was able to go in there and juggle him if he wanted to.
Yeah, they've got the clams for it, but now they have to take control of mid, which is going to be so hard because of.
Right now, we're seeing 3 power clams for Tudos and his children, and we're seeing not 3. We're seeing 2 power clams for Tudos and his children, and we're seeing 2 also from the other side. And they're juggling them around just to not be called out, because when you're holding the clam, it calls you out to everyone. It's almost like you're holding the Rainmaker. And they got their specials now. Tetsu getting in there. Tudos unfortunately being in the baller, not being able to jump.
But it looks like their street is clear, and so he's going to get that clam in, but they need a few more clams.
Hunty jumps in.
Can she get it in? She does get it in. Let's go.
Oh my God. This is a game. This is a hell of a game right here.
Just like that, Tudos and his children are back in it. Tudos and his family.
And Gamer is still at the front.
Nice pick on Arashi right there.
Right there, Tetsu getting that nice double. Lowkey is unfortunately going to lose one of those clams, and now they're back down to just the pity clam that they have, and it looks like Arashi's over there trying to flank one more time.
With 10 seconds left, they're going to have to play very hard defense, but Lowkey, they got called out on that flank hard.
And all right, so Arashi's going to try to make his nice little play here. Unfortunately, he's not able to get.
Oh my gosh, he actually got it to work. They just need one clam. That's so dangerous right now.
Oh no!
But the one's right there. Oh no, is he going to be able to skip it? Oh my God! Gamer's the last one. He's the last one. Did he get picked? We can't tell.
It looks like
he DC'd? What?
And it looks like Tudos and his family take that game.
Oh my God! By the skin of their teeth.
By the skin of their teeth.
That push.
By the skin of their teeth. And I don't believe. Like I think it was more like Gamer threw his controller at his dock and he DC'd at the very end.
Oh, he must have gotten tilted.
It wasn't a land thing. I think it was more like holy crap, we didn't win.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but that was a good game.
That was an insane game. Holy cow.
Oh man. What was Tudos and his family seeded for this entire tournament?
For the entire tournament? I can't tell you.
Man.
God. I know they were definitely like second or something in their pool. 15th overall. So not bad. Out of, what, 60 teams? That's I wouldn't complain about that.
Yeah. I'm still so amazed that Misa
But of course, against a team like Lowkey, pulling off a victory like that, that was such a hard defend at the end.
And so the biggest thing about that is that Tudos and his children only pushed once. They only pushed once into the enemy team, and they were able to get that lead off of that. And it was amazing because the entire, if anyone was calling it from the first half of the game, they would have said that Lowkey had this no problem, because the entire first half of the game, Tudos was on they were on the defense.
Okay, so this is that last push that Lowkey tried to get going. Yeah. Misa actually got a power clam in, which was so big. Yeah. Because that got the overtime to keep going.
Yep. And so they were at 37. They needed 2 clams, and the one's able to get one. He is able to get one there and throws one, and was not able to throw in. But Gamer comes in from behind. Ty and Tetsu both there, throws in one, but unfortunately is not able to get the other.
Yeah, and what I saw actually was that Ty slammed his roller down on Gamer, so even though it didn't look like he died, it didn't look like he got picked off because he DC'd.
Yeah.
He definitely wouldn't have been able to get those clams, and I don't think.
That is the kind of Clam Blitz game you hope to cast.
Absolutely.
That is the kind of Clam Blitz game you hope to be a part of at some point in your Splatoon career.
And look at the enjoyment on the side of Lowkey, who actually lost the game, but they still, you can tell, that was a fun game for them. And then Tudos and his children and his family in complete disbelief about
just
it.
Like, what the
did we
heck?
win that?
Yeah, what even just happened?
Tudos just shrugging like, I mean, we take those guys.
All right. And so we see that's exactly where he DC'd. Yep.
See.
You see, so like he threw his controller at the table, which caused it to DC. It caused the switch to undock for like that split second.
There you go. We're gonna see.
And there it goes. That's exactly what
happened.
He
thought
he thought he threw it in. He thought.
Oh man, that's
and so we're going to game 3.
You never pop off until you win that game.
Humpback on zones, and again we're seeing Tudos coming out with the Luna. Looks like the Vanilla Luna this time. Ty opting to get the Kenza Dynamo. He switched through all 3 of them at this point in the set.
Hunty going with the vanilla splatter shot, which is something that you don't see often, but it's actually so strong on this map.
Arashi coming out strong with the hammer
nice
already.
Double, just, you know. Oh, can he get a triple? And that's a wipe.
Yep,
oh my gosh.
That's a wipe. And
Lowkey coming out very strong in the start.
While they might be strong players with those weapons, it's going to be very hard for them to come back out. Though I really feel like someone from Lowkey should have been up there, like the one is right now. They should have been up there.
A little earlier.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
Of course, that rain really helping push people back, and so he's just applying so much pressure.
So right now we're seeing bubbles going in. We're seeing everything going in from Tudos and his children, but unfortunately they're not. Ooh, as soon as I say that.
Yeah, the one gets called back because.
And the one being the last one on the zone, fighting Hunty right there, gets taken out, and just the reverse wipe there. And at this point, we see Hunting doing exactly what he needs to be doing, going in there, causing some havoc. But the vanilla splatter shot not being the best weapon to do that.
Especially against the Umbrella like that.
Yeah, with the burst bombs and splash down, they can get taken down pretty easily. But with their teammates throwing bubbles over there like that, and with Ty on the Dynamo just flinging from their drop, it can cause some huge havoc.
Ooh, Hunty getting stuck, trying to go for the flank, but it doesn't work.
Oh,
and
they hold on to the zone!
Oh. Not for long, though.
that was amazing.
Ooh, that was a
takes
nice
the kick on Arashi. And so
they wiped again. Oh my gosh.
And so this reminds me a lot. You see how Ty was standing behind that little wall there in the zone and just flicking over. That reminds me a lot of Arowana Mall in the first game. Because if you had a Dynamo, you could do that exact thing.
Yeah, I remember
just standing on the grates and flicking over.
That was so obnoxious.
And so we see the one coming back out there. They're setting up. Arashi again with the hammer ready. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for the people to set up. Is he gonna get the pick on Tudos?
Oh, that's
Tudos
a dangerous thing to do. Arashi knows that if he pushes
Arashi's
any
further,
like,
I'm out. Oh, he gets the pick.
Nice.
Tudos tried to ball her there. It wasn't fast enough. Tetsu trying to take him out. Oh!
That was very nice. You do not want to stay in front of a stamp like that, but Tetsu said, you know what? It's fine.
And the bubbles. Ooh!
Very good pick in the zone.
One of them being popped was enough to get one pick. And right now we're seeing Tudos and his family coming out there. They're taking that map control. The map needs to be fully yellow at this point, and we're seeing such good coordination and good gameplay from both players. Tetsu opting to go forward with Hunty here.
I mean, they might as well. They have special. It can help Hunty get in with the bubbles.
Yep.
The only problem is Lowkey's very good pick on the one, and that's going to be the lead for Tudos and his family. That's going to be lead right there.
And so Gamer's being pushed back right now by Hunty and Tetsu.
Yeah, see, that's what Hunty needed is the help to get further into their spawn.
Exactly. And right now Ty's the only one left, and they need to back off. They need a super jump out. They need a super jump out. They need a super jump out.
Yeah, that he made the wrong play there, honestly.
Yeah, that last flick, he should have opted to jump out. Oh, nice, getting taken out by Tudos. And again, we see Lowkey going down to
so many wipes and 3 downs.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's great. And so Ty right now against Umbrella. I
don't know about that.
Ooh,
that was a nice
Hunty came in just in time.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Very good support.
And we're just seeing back and forth from these teams, which is exactly what you see from high-level teams. And finally, Tudos gets the baller out. he kept on trying, and they just kept on picking him off before it actually got out. But we might see Lowkey taking the lead here, or at least getting their penalty down.
Control, but it looks like Tudos and his family are just going to say no. This is our zone.
Flash down and bubbles will stop that. Gamer trying the best to paint as much as he can. He has the Booyah Bomb ready. He's jumping back to get a better position because Tudos was about to pick him off.
Yeah,
but then takes out Tudos. And here we see Hunty again coming up. She doesn't have the support like she did last time, so she's backing off a bit.
And I think she's getting a little too predictable with that, and so Lowkey is really calling that out.
Yeah, and so here we see Ty again, right behind that wall. Oh, and that's exactly what Arashi opened up with, and Arashi getting 3 there.
Again.
Tudos is the last one out, gets taken out by that hammer. Tudos and his family are going to have to, again, make a miracle come out of nowhere and get that lead again. And so we see bombs coming out, we see everything coming out, and we see Lowkey trying to charge all the specials to get back in there. Arashi is going to opt to go to the right side and try to...
Oh man, can Tudos actually take the zone with this? That's going to pop the bubbles, which might be enough to paint it. But Lowkey responds with a Booyah of their own, and unfortunately that keeps their zone.
Yeah, that does it.
Gets the lead.
So the Lowkey's going to hold this. Will they win? And unfortunately that wins game. That
was a very exciting game. There was so much carnage in that.
So much back and forth from these teams. Oh. It's crazy. These guys, and they look so calm while they're playing. Like,
yeah, they were ultra focused in that point.
Ultra focused. Like, I believe so. Like the last time we saw Hunty going up into the enemy team, if Tetsu had been there to support her again, I believe it would have been a different story.
Yeah, they might have wanted to do that a little more instead of.
We're seeing some gameplay
some reverse play. Well, that actually is so trippy.
Well, here we go. And so here's the setup that Lowkey had. And so we saw that Tudos, they had 3 specials already. They popped 2 of them. And then I don't even know if Hunty was able to get in there to get there with the splashdown. I think they splashed down as they were Booyah bombing, which unfortunately the Booyah bomb won that because they capped it right as the splashdown went in.
Yeah.
And they were able to hold it. And of course, Hunty, at the very end, we see Hunty with like the what the heck just happened face. But oh man, the back and forth between these teams, and it looks like we might be having some technical issues again. People popping off too hard.
Yeah, I wonder if Gamer just totaled his setup.
Yeah, this looks like it's on Misa's setup. But oh, man. Yeah, I really think that if Hunty had gone up there with Tetsu or even Tudos at the last push, they would have gotten it.
Yeah, I really think that that's the tough thing about Splatoon is that you've got to have very split-second decision-making with your team. It's not just an individual game. You've got to be able to make those hard choices, those calls with your team, and get that coordination. And that's really what separates the lower echelon teams from the higher ones.
All right, and so we're gonna let's see. That was game 3.
That was game 3, so it's going to be 2-1 for the part of Lowkey.
And we're gonna go to a map that we haven't casted yet. What map was it? Because I can't remember. Let's see. So we're gonna go into Rainmaker on Snapper.
Oh, that's gonna be an interesting one.
I imagine Ty will go Vanilla Dynamo. I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine Tetsu will also go Bamboo here because.
I mean, Tetsu's just going Bamboo.
Well, the Bamboo, if with Object Shredder and MPU, will just tear that Rainmaker up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Bamboo always being a very strong pick on Rainmaker, oddly enough. And on this map in general, just because of the range that it has, it actually works really well with the layout of the map.
Yep. But I'm pretty curious to see what Tudos and Hunty will be playing.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Hunty runs any dualies or anything, so they'll probably be sticking to a splatter shot of some sort.
Yeah, I would think the
K-shot.
The K-shot. Yeah. I would think the K-shot. With Tudos, I don't know, because
I mean, he's been playing a lot of Luna.
Yeah, he's been playing like the 2 games that we've seen. He's played Luna, and completely done super well with it, getting almost like a 90-degree flick on a hammer as it was right on him.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Luna can work here, because I mean things like Clash actually work here too. But and Luna's just kind of a better Clash at this point.
Yeah, I would. Let's see. If he were to go Luna, I would think him to go to Kenza Luna. What would you think?
That's the one with Rain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely good for team pushes. I think Rain's a little underrated right now.
Yeah, well,
it's very good for coordinating pushes.
Yeah,
because it pushes everyone out of the area, right?
I agree. Rain in general, I think, has been underrated since the beginning of the game. Like, I remember at the beginning, people would just stand in it because they're like, I'm not dying. This special's worthless, and then they just die. And so, like, I've seen some really good Japanese teams run triple Rain, and on certain Splat zones maps, it completely dominates and doesn't let the enemy team to even push up and get the amount of turf that they need to even get into the zones.
Right.
And
right, so we might see that, but I mean, Baller can also be a little useful for getting people out of the area. So we might see the vanilla. It's unfortunate that the Neo just never sees usage.
It's just
Bomb Rush needs some kind of.
It's a point center Bomb Rush, right?
Yeah, exactly. I remember when Bomb Rush was really strong at the beginning of the game, right? Like Firefin.
No, I think it's Mine Bomb Rush. I can't even remember.
It is Mine Bomb Rush.
Yeah, it's Mine. It's Mine Bomb Rush, which, because the mines are not as strong and are not one-hit kills like they were in the first game. They're still strong, but they're not one-hit kills.
Well, they have a different use now, right? They've got the point sensor now, and I don't know. I feel like.
They're again another underutilized things because people just walk through them and be like, oh, I'm not gonna die, and then
I think it's just better on a supportive weapon rather than a frontliner like a Luna.
And so,
but it looks like Tudos is actually gonna go with the K shot, and Hunty is gonna go with the K shot with the K Pro.
And
very interesting.
Ty is actually opting to go with the
Armor Dynamo.
Yeah, the Gold Dynamo, which I'm not sure if I agree with that. I mean, the armor's good, but they're out of. They don't have a Stingray, which Rainmaker, and like we're seeing right now that they're getting completely overrun. But like they're gonna have to rely on Tudos getting taken out there. Arashi already having his hammer.
Oh man, this is looking like it's gonna be a
quick
one.
This might be a quick one.
Arashi's just hammering in their spawn,
and there we go. Lowkey takes game 4 in this set, taking the set.